Hello, children. Nice to meet everyone of you this wonderful session. Okay, so I will be your teacher, Levee. All right, so I would like to know how's everyone doing? Yeah, I hope everyone is doing great. Yeah, are you all happy for today's lesson? Yes, right? Okay, so you can say, yes, I'm happy. Yeah, you can say it like, yes, I'm happy. Are you happy? Yes, I'm happy. Are you excited? Yes, I'm excited. Right. So everyone is, I think, excited to learn new knowledge in this session, right? Okay, so everyone, we are going to learn transportation. Yes? Do you have any idea what is transportation? Yeah? All right, later on, you are going to see some pictures of the transportation. And here we go. I'm going to show you a picture of our lesson for this wonderful session, okay? So here we go. Hang on. All right, so the lesson will be about transportation. Okay, so children, do you see the picture on the screen? Yes? Okay, we can see here different transportations, right? We got here the train, the truck, and the plane, right? Okay, so this is what we are going to learn for this session, okay? So first, we are going to take a look and know what are the modes of transportation you know. Oh, we know we have the bus, we have the train. What else? What other modes of transportation do you know? Yeah, you can also put your answers using our chat box. Okay, so we have a lot of transportations, right? Yes, yeah, we have here the bus, the train, the plane. Okay, we also have like your small transportation, like the bicycle. Yes, who among you use his or her bicycle in going to school, right? So that is also a transportation. Yes? Okay, one mode of transportation, your bicycle. All right, we also have here taxi, the cab. Yeah, that's right. We also have the motorcycle, right? Okay, those are kinds of transportation. What else? Okay, what else? Oh, yeah, buses. Yeah, we have here. We have the subway, of course. Mm-hmm. The train. Yes, just write your answers using our chat box. Yes, put whatever you can remember about transportation, the transportation that you know. Carriage? Yes, okay, we can also use them as transportation. And do you know, in the old time, we don't have buses, right? We don't have trains. People use animals as their mode of transportation, right? Like, for example, they use the horses, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, some use the cows, yeah, the camels, right, as their mode of transportation. Okay, and in today's session, we are going to maybe take a look of some unique, maybe you know some of this transportation, but let's take a look and learn about this unique transportation. But before that, let's go to the next one. So we have here the three. What are the three types of transport? We have the air transport, we have the sea transport, and we also have the land transport, right? What does it mean by these? The air transport, we have the example on the board. What is this? A plane, right? Yes, that could be our air transport. Okay, an example of our air transport. What else? Can you think of some unusual air transport? Okay, let me think. Maybe hot air balloon. Do you know that? Okay, maybe we can also use that as a transport. But some people nowadays we use it as a fun, right? Okay, as fun, right? So we have hot air balloon. So we have the plane. Okay, right. And we also have the next one, sea transport. So the transport that we use in the water, right? We have the ship, the big ship, the yacht. What else? The boat, the small boats that our fishermen use to catch fish, right? In the ocean, in the sea. Okay, we have that the ship, boat, those are sea transports. Okay, what about the land? Okay, on land. So the one that we usually use every day, right? When we travel from one place to another. So we have here the truck, yes, the train, maybe the train, and taxis, cars, your private cars, maybe your bicycles, motorcycles, and more. So there are three types of transport. We have the air, sea, and then the land transport. Okay? Right? Do you have any questions, children? Okay? Right. So now let's learn more about here. So here we go. The means of transport. I think we mentioned this one earlier, right? Yes, children. At the beginning of the class, we mentioned bicycle, truck, train, bus, motorcycle, your car, your van. So basically, these means of transport you can see on the board would be the common, right? The common means of transport that we or people usually use from day to day, right? Or like every day. Yes. So I would like to know who among you children, who among you children use his or her bicycle when he or she goes to school. Yeah? Okay. By the way, the funny thing is I can't ride a bicycle. Yeah, so I have never used a bicycle before. I mean, I have never used a single bicycle like this, right? Okay, before. So what about you children? So you can write using our chat box like me. Okay, I use my bicycle or I go to school by bicycle, right? How to say that one? I go to school by bicycle. You can say that. Oh, you can write that using our chat box. Or you can say that. You can speak it. Yes, like I ride my bicycle to school. Yes. Or I go to school by bicycle. I think many children go to school by bicycle, right? Okay, there you go. Oh, I can see here. Let me just check. Some of you says they ride a bicycle to school, right? Okay, nice one. But always be careful when you ride your bicycles, right? Yes, always check that there's no car behind you, or don't ride in the middle of the busy road, okay? Yes, I think you have to use the pathway maybe or somewhere safe. Yes, on the road. Okay? Right. So always be careful when you ride your bicycles. All right, next we have the truck here. So basically, this is the common thing that we sometimes see in the highway. So the trucks are used to carry or move uh, things, goods, right? Or heavy things. Or maybe when somebody's moving to another place, they would hire a truck, yes, to move their things. So there you go. We also have the train. Okay, we have here the train. Oh, in my city, we don't use the train as our mode of our transportation. Yes? Okay, but maybe in your city, you usually take the train. Maybe the train would be one of your main transportation every day, right? Okay. We also have the bus. Okay, in my country, we use the bus instead, a small bus in my city, we use a small bus as our means of transport every day. Okay? Yes, okay, bus. And then, oh, we also have the school bus, right? I think some children take the school bus when they go to school. Who among you, who among you take the school bus to school? When I was a kid, I take the school bus to school. What about you guys? Children? Yes, let me see. Okay, you can also write using our chat box or you can say it like, I take the school bus to school or I ride the school bus to school. Yes, go on. All right, so a few of you says they take the school bus or ride the school bus to school. Yes? Okay, right. So we also have the van. It's like a small type of car as well. So, but it's kind of bigger maybe than a normal car. So this one is a van and a motorcycle. I think children don't ride a motorcycle yet. Yes? Okay, right. A motorcycle is very dangerous for children, right? Okay. Only grown-up people can actually ride this one. Okay. And then you also have the car, of course. Maybe some of you go to school by car, right? Okay. Who among you go to school by car? Maybe your parents drive you to school. Yes? Who among you go to school by car every day? Okay, let me see. So you can also write using our chat box or you can say it. You can recite it like, I go to school by car. Come on. I go to school by car. All right, let me see. A few of you says, okay, I go to school by car. Or your mommy or your daddy drives you to school, right? Okay. Yeah, so these are the common means of transport. So maybe let's see some transport as well that we don't usually use, but they're also existing and part of our transportation. Okay? Ready? Oh, but do you have any questions? So, children, if you have any questions, don't be shy. Don't be afraid to ask questions using our chat box, okay? Yes? Okay, everyone is free to ask questions. Okay, right? Okay. Now, here we go. Oh, wow. Have you ever seen this one before? We call this one, let me say it, aerial tramway. Okay, again, aerial tramway. Everyone say it, aerial tramway. Come on, aerial tramway. Good job. Very good, everyone. So this is what we call the aerial tramway, or we have other people call it the cable cars or the sky tram. Okay, but many people actually call it as cable cars. Okay, me too. I usually call this one as cable cars. Have you ever taken the aerial tramway before? Who among you? Hmm? Yes, I think those people who are afraid of heights, you know, um, yes, are afraid to take this aerial tramway. Yes. Okay, you must be brave when you take the aerial tramway. Yes, who among you have taken? Okay, who among you have taken the aerial tramway before? Yeah, me. Have you guys? Yes, I have. If you have, okay, right. Let's see. Okay, a few of you said, okay, that they had or they have taken the aerial tramway before. So how does this aerial tramway work? So basically the aerial tramway transport people through a cabin. So this is what we call the cabin, and it is suspended or pulled by what we call the cables in here, right? Yes, it looks quite dangerous, but kind of safe too, right? Yes? Okay, but if you are afraid of heights, I don't think this is a good idea, but you can try to recover from your fear, right? Okay, so one more time, what do we call this? Transport? Aerial tramway, right? So this type of transportation transport passengers through a cabin that is suspended or and pulled by cables. Okay? And here are the cables. We call this one cable, like ropes, right? Very hard ropes. Yes, strong and hard ropes. Okay. So here we go. Any questions, children? Yeah? Oh, once again, yeah, we also call aerial tramway as cable cars or sky tram. Yeah, maybe you'll hear some of the people call it as cable cars. Okay. Yes, I think almost many people call it cable cars instead of aerial tramway. Okay. Yes, very good. So this is what we call the cabin, and we have here the cables that uh suspend and pull this cable car, right? Or this cabin in here. Okay. So next, children, let's learn more. Okay. There are more to learn, my dear. So we have here the canoe. Okay, how to say this one? It should be canoe. Yes? Okay, look at this canoe. So basically, it's just a type of boat similar to the raft, to the kayak, or to the rowboat. But this canoe is like a narrow boat with a point like with pointing edges, right? Yes. Okay, we have here, and it is propelled by paddles or a paddle, right? So this is what we call the canoe. But basically, when you see any kind of boat, right, we call it boat. But this kind of boat, if you see, like if it's very narrow and it has two edges on both sides, I mean, two pointed edges on both sides, then this is actually the canoe. Yes? Okay. Who among you have traveled in canoe? Yeah, have you or have you ever paddled a canoe before? No, N- nobody. Okay, let's see. Okay, maybe some of you, right? Yes. Okay, you had? Okay. I have never traveled in canoe before, but with the small boats and raft, I did. Yes. Okay. So this mode of transportation is what we call the canoe. So look at these people in here. They are paddling the canoe. Yes? Okay. There is also a similar transportation in okay, a gondola, right? We also have a transportation, we call it the gondola, similar to this one, canoe. Okay? Yes? Oh, I'm sorry. So there you go, children. This is what we call the canoe. So do you have any questions? Clarifications? Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Okay, let's learn more. And this one. Have you ever seen this before? Have you ever seen this one before? Yeah, it's a plane. Okay, but look, it's different, right? Yes, it looks like a floating submarine. Do you think so? Yes, it looks like a floating submarine, but this is what we call the Zeppelin. One more time. Yes, say it. Zeppelin. Very good, children. So what is this Zeppelin? So basically, this is a German airship. Yes, in the early 20th century, right? So it has a shape, it has a cylindrical shape. It is long with a cylindrical shape, okay, like a cylindrical shape, and with a very rigid, a very good structure, a very strong structure. Okay, so basically, in other words, they also call this one the airship, or it is basically used by military. Okay, yes, by the soldiers. So in the past, this one is the military aircraft. Yes, an airship. So it's an airship, like a floating submarine, right? Okay. Yes, so this one is the airship, or what we call a military aircrafts, or we call it Zeppelin. Okay, Zeppelin. So it's a German airship, right? Okay. Yes, in the early 20th century. Okay. Right. So what's the shape? It has a shape of a cylinder, right? And a rigid structure. Okay? Yeah. Has anyone has anyone seen a Zeppelin before? I have never seen. I've only seen Zeppelin, this Zeppelin, on the videos. What about you guys? Let's see. Maybe you've seen this on videos too, right? Yes, maybe. All right. So one more time, it's the airship. We call this one airship or the military aircraft. Any questions? Zeppelin. One more time. Yeah. How to say this? Zeppelin. Like it's kind of silent. The letter E here is kind of silent, like Zeppelin. Okay. Okay. More. Oh, bullet train. Okay. So everyone, we call this one bullet train. Okay. Bullet train. Why do we call it bullet train? I think because it's very fast, right? Or in other words, we call this one the high speed train. So look at this one. So it's a network of high speed railway lines, okay, or high speed train. So this is faster than the normal train. Yes? Okay. I think you have bullet train in your country. Am I right? Yes, I think maybe in some cities, right? You have a bullet train in your country. So this bullet train is very fast. So yeah, children, that's right. You can call it bullet train or high speed train. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right. So there you go. Bullet train. It is fast. It's very convenient. Yes, and it is faster than the normal train. Okay, so there you go. Do you have any questions? What do we call this one again? Bullet train or high speed train. High speed railway. Yes, we also call that high speed railway. Okay, yeah, so let's learn more. We also have here the caravan. So basically, it just look like a van, right? So this is what we call the caravan, okay? Or mobile home. Why? Why do we call this one a mobile home? You know, in other countries, I'm not sure if this is also happening in your country. In other countries, some people want to live in a van, so it's like this. They are going to buy a van and then they're going to make it or turn it into a home like this. So look at this caravan in here. So there, if you can see, there are some seats inside. If you go inside the caravan, maybe you can see a kitchen, a very small kitchen, a very small bathroom, a very small bed. Yes, and maybe if there is still space, they would put a living room, right? So like people buy a van or maybe a small type of bus and they will turn it into a mobile home and we call this one a caravan. Yes? Okay. Why do people do that? Maybe because they love to travel. Yes? And when they love to travel to different places and it's really very convenient if you bring your home with you when you travel. Yeah, you have your kitchen, you can eat whenever you want, right? You have your bathroom, you can take a bath whenever you want, you can sleep whenever you want, right? So this is what we call the caravan. Do you want to live in a mobile home? Yeah, who among you want to live in a mobile home? It looks good for me, but I don't think I want to live in a mobile home. What about you guys, children? Yeah? Yes? um, do you want to live in a mobile home? Yeah. Do you imagine yourself living in a mobile home in the future? Yeah? Okay, maybe a few of you want to try. There's no harm in trying, right? Yes. Okay, so this is what we call, one more time, a caravan or a mobile home, right? Okay, a caravan or a mobile home. So there you go. Any questions? Yes. All right. If you have any questions, don't be shy to ask using our chat box. Okay. Right. There you go. So one more time, this is the caravan, okay? Now let's move on to the next one. Oh, Lori, look at this one. What is this? This is a lorry. So maybe you are curious. This lorry, why do we call it lorry? It just look like a truck. You are right, children. In the UK, they call this truck as lorry, okay? But in the US, people call it truck. So basically, they are synonymous, okay? They are similar, lorry or truck. Either way, in the UK, people call it lorry, and in the US, United States, people call this one as truck, okay? Yeah, so don't be so confused. So there you go. One more time. What's this? A lorry or a truck? Okay. Right. So there you go. A lorry or a truck. So basically, a lorry is used to move, right? To move things from one place to another. So it carries heavy loads too, right? At the here at the back, it carries heavy loads. So maybe food, it travels food, things, and many more, right? Okay, so this is a lorry or a truck. So any questions? Yes, children. You have any question, lorry? Yes, lorry. It means it's similar to the truck. Okay, people in the UK call this truck as lorry. Okay, and people in the USA, United States of America, call this one as truck, as simply as truck, as many of us know. Okay? Yes. All right. Any more questions? Okay. Right. So now let's learn more. Okay, we also have here other useful transportation. They're very useful. Yes, we have here the first one. Let's say tractor, right? It should be tractor. So this is basically a very strong motor vehicle. Yes, that helps on farms. So it helps to move or to haul, to pull heavy equipments, right? Yes, at sorry. Yes, into the farm. Okay, so this is a tractor. So it's very useful to pull, to haul heavy equipments, right? And very useful on farms. Okay, the tractor. It's a very strong motor vehicle, right? And very useful too. Very helpful on farms. Okay. Yes. We also have the next one, the bulldozer. The bulldozer. Okay, this is a bulldozer. This is also a very strong vehicle that is used to clear the ground, for clearing the ground. Let's make an example. How do we, like, let's say there is a landslide and it blocks, maybe some big stones blocked the road, then maybe we need to get a bulldozer to help remove those obstacles on the road, right? Yes, so this is to clear the ground. And we also have the next one, children, the forklift. Yes, that's right, we call it forklift. So where do we use this very strong transportation in here? We use this to carry or to lift heavy things. Okay, look at this man. So this man is trying to lift this, I don't know, maybe this very heavy cylinders in here made of metal. So for sure these things might be very heavy. You can't maybe carry them all at once. So to help, they will use a forklift, right? That's right. So one more time, let's remember them. We have the tractor, a very strong motor vehicle that is usually used on farms to carry or to pull the equipments or heavy equipments. The bulldozer used to clear the ground, okay, or to clear the obstacles on the ground, on the road. And we also have here the forklift, yes, used to carry or lift heavy things, right? Okay, any questions? Okay, we have more, not only these, right? Okay, so tractor, bulldozer, and the forklift. Correct. Any questions? Yeah, so once again, don't be shy to ask your questions using our chat box. Okay, we have our chat box and feel free to maximize it. Okay? Yes. Okay, so children, now let's move on to the next one. Oh, we have here the last two transportation I'm going to show you for today. But these two transportation are very helpful too, right, in our community. So we have the first one. Yeah, I think everyone knows this one. Some children call this one as a fire truck. Yes, if you hear the sound of the fire truck, you say, oh, there's a fire truck. Maybe there is fire. There's a big fire, right? So we also call it fire engine. Okay, one more time, children. Fire engine. Okay, cool. One more time, fire engine. Nice one. hmm So, fire engine is used by the firefighters to go and help or to put off the fire, the big fire, right? Big fires. Okay. And the firefighters are the one who drive the fire truck, of course, and they help to rescue people in the burning houses or burning buildings, right? Okay. Nice. Next, we also have here the paramedic ambulance. Okay, paramedic ambulance, or so you can just simply call it ambulance, right? The paramedic are here the people who rescue people who are sick and needed to be rushed to the hospital, or maybe people who got into an accident on the road and they needed help and they needed to be rushed to the hospital, then maybe we need to call an ambulance, right, to help, or the paramedic ambulance. Okay. Yes. Okay. So there you go, children. The first one. What's the first one again? Fire engine. Drive. This is drive by firefighters. Paramedic. Okay. Or we have paramedic ambulance or simply ambulance. Okay. Right. Okay. So any questions, clarifications? Don't be shy to ask questions, children. Later on, we're going to have a practice, and let me see if you can remember. Yes, you can remember what you had learned in this session. Okay, so any questions? Yeah, fire engine, paramedic, ambulance. Okay, so I think it's time for us to have our poll questions. Yes, let's practice. Time for poll questions. This is also to exercise your minds. Yes, ready, children? Okay. Yes, are you ready? Can you please answer this one? Yes, you can also use our chat box. You say, yes, we are ready. Yes, I am ready. Okay. All right. So there you go. I think everyone is ready. So we're going to start with our poll questions. Okay. All right. So here we go. Now, let's start. What's our first poll question? Our first question would be, okay, listen carefully. Here we go. I'll give you the first question now. Number one, this is a type of aerial transportation mode in which passengers are transported in a cabin that is suspended and pulled by cables. Okay, I'll repeat the question again. Okay, it's a very long one. Yes. Um, Strategy. You just need to get the key words, right? Okay. If you were listening earlier, so this is a type of aerial transportation in which passengers are transported in a cabin that is suspended and pulled by cables. Okay, there you go. So there you go, children. One more time. It says here that this is a type of aerial transportation mode in which passengers are transported in a cabin that is suspended and pulled by cables. That's the question. I mean, that's the statement. And here are the choices. A, lorry. B, caravan. C, aerial tramway. Okay, there you go. I'll repeat the choices again. A, lorry. B, caravan. C, aerial tramway. Okay, so here we go, children. Remember, if you were listening earlier, the passengers are transported in a cabin. And I also mentioned that if you're afraid of heights, I think the aerial tramway might not be a good ride for you. Maybe, yes. But if you also want to recover, maybe you want to fight your fears, then you can try it. Yes? Okay, let's see. All right. Oh, some of you are very fast. Okay, but let's wait for the others, right? Okay. For the last time, I'll repeat the statement. This is a type of aerial transportation mode in which passengers are transported in a cabin that is suspended and pulled by cables. A. Lorry. C. Caravan. And C. Aerial tramway. Go on, you can do it. So if you're afraid of heights, I think this ride is not good for you. But if you want to fight your fears, you can try it. Okay. Yes, so some of you have given their answers already. Very good. But let's wait for the others for a few more seconds. Okay? Right? You can do it, children. You can do it. Yes, just try. Try your best. We have the choices. So you should have an answer at least. Yes? Okay. And also don't be afraid when you make mistakes in maybe choosing the answers. That's okay. It's also a way of learning. But try to remember. Okay? I think there's already a hint in the statement I've given earlier. hmm Okay, in the question. Okay. So here we go. Ready? I'll give the answer. Ready, everyone? Okay, it's time to give the answer, children. So the answer is letter C. What's letter C? Okay, that's right, children. Letter C is aerial tramway. Very good. So you guys are very smart. Okay, looks like most of you had gotten the answer right. So very good. And for those who weren't able to give their answer, that's okay. Just try your best, okay? Right? Okay. So there you go. The answer is aerial tramway. If you remember, the aerial tramway is like an aerial transportation where it travels the passengers in a cabin, right? And suspended and pulled by cables, right? Okay, nice one. Aerial tramway. Good. Nice one. So answer is letter C. Very good. You guys are very brilliant. So now let's start. Let's start number two. Okay, number two, children. Listen carefully. So the question would be, it is a large German dirigible airship of the early 20th century. It is long and cylindrical in shape with a rigid structure. Okay. Yes, I think you have the hint in here. The German dirigible airship. So one more time, it is a large German dirigible airship of the early 20th century. It is long, cylindrical in shape, and with a rigid structure. Okay, choices. A, canoe, B, Zeppelin, and C, warship. Okay. A, canoe, B, Zeppelin, and C, warship. Okay, children, choose your answers. Okay, so it is an airship, if you remember, and this is used by the military. I'll give you some hints, right? In the past or in the old time, it is being used by the military. Okay, if you can remember that. And this one is a German airship, okay, of the early 20th century. Okay, so there you go. Some of you had given their answers already. Very good. Okay, let's wait for the others again. Okay, I'll give a chance, one more chance. I'll repeat the question and the choices. So it is a large German dirigible airship of the early 20th century. It is long and cylindrical in shape and with a rigid structure? A. Canoe. B. Zeppelin. C. Warship. Okay, there you go. Let's wait for the others. So basically, this one is a military airship. Okay? Yes. Okay. It's like, I think I mentioned as well that it's like a floating submarine. Yes? It looks like a floating submarine in the air. Okay. All right. So there you go, children. Let's check your answers. Okay. I think most of you have given their answers already. So let's check it now. The answer would be letter B. Good job. Right. So what's letter B again? It's the Zeppelin. Or in other words, we call it the airship. Right? It's like a floating submarine, right? The Zeppelin. Okay, very good. So guys, very smart. You did a great job. Keep it up, okay? Yes. So now let's move to question number 3. Wow. Okay. The question in number 3 is quite simple. Okay, I hope everyone can remember this one. Okay. So in the US, people call it truck. What is it? So in the US, people call it truck. Okay. A. Caravan. B. Lorry. C. Van. Okay, it's a very short question, right? One more time, children. In the US, people call it truck. A. Caravan. B. Lorry. C. Van. A. Caravan. B. Lorry. C. Van. Okay. Wow. Most of you have given their answers already. Very good, very good. Okay, keep it up. All right. So for the others, just try. Okay, I'll give hints. Okay, this kind of transportation is used to move, right? To move food, maybe heavy things too. And if you are move and some people who move houses from one place to another, they usually hire this one to move their things, right? Okay. So for the last time, in the US, people call it truck. A. Caravan. C. Lorry. And C. Van. People in the UK call this one what? So that's another hint. People in the UK call this one what? Okay, so let me check. All right, I'm checking here that, oh wow, very good. So most of you have given their answers already. Nice one, very brilliant little ones. So here we go. So the answer would be, ready? Letter B, lorry. Right? If you remember, children, yeah, I mentioned earlier in the US, people just simply call it truck, like what we all know. We call it truck. But in the UK, people call it lorry. Yes? Yes, lorry. That's another vocabulary similar to truck. Okay, lorry. Okay, so now it's time for us to move to question number 4. Okay, ready? Okay, I hope everyone is ready. Let's do it. Now, this is a type of vehicle for lifting and carrying heavy loads. A type of vehicle for lifting and carrying heavy loads. What is it? A. Forklift. B. Tractor. And C. Bulldozer. Remember lifting. I know the choices I have given you in here are very helpful. They can all do this thing, but this is mainly for lifting and carrying heavy loads, right? Okay, so one more time, a type of vehicle for lifting and carrying heavy loads. A. Forklift. B. Tractor. C. Bulldozer. Okay, let's see. Okay, some of you are very fast. Nice one. But you always need to make sure that you got that would be your final answer. Yes? Okay. Right? Oh, but that's okay. Maybe you can, if let's say you already chose uh, a a letter and then you change your mind, you think it's not right, and you found the right answer, you can also send another answer. Okay, right? Okay, think wisely. Okay, right. So there you go, children. Yes, most of you have given their answers already. You guys are very fast, very brilliant little ones. So the answer would be letter what? Letter A. This is mainly for lifting and carrying heavy loads. That would be the forklift, right? Remember that? Okay, forklift. This is for lifting and carrying heavy loads, right? Okay, so very good, children. You guys did a great job, okay, in answering and participating in our poll questions. So keep it up. Many of you are listening, so very good, guys. All right, so we're done with our poll questions. So this time, children, we are going to have our review, okay? Yes? All right, so children, let's have our short review of the things we've learned, okay, in this session. All right, I'm going to show you first the picture and I want everyone to recite as fast as you can if you remember what's the name of this transportation. Yes, you name them, okay, before I give you the answer as part of our review. Ready, children? Let's do it. Here we go. So, review part, everyone. That's right, bullet train. Good job. Wow. Next. Here we go next. Ooh, you know this one. Yes, this is included in your poll questions. We got here the aerial tramway. Very good. And next, what's this? It's similar to the boat, raft, or kayak with two pointed edges, right? It's a narrow boat too. Yes, propelled by paddles. Yes, moved by paddles. Now we got here the, how do we read this? Do you still remember? We call it canoe, right? Canoe. Very good, children. Next, let's move on. We have here, what is this? It looks like a floating submarine, right? But this is an airship with a cylinder shape, a very rigid structure. This one will be what? Zeppelin. Good job. You guys are learning so fast. Nice one. Next, let's learn more. Okay, we also have here, what's this? You know this one starts with letter T. Yeah, it is used on farms to move or pull heavy equipment. We got here the tractor. Good job. Everyone, good job. And next, we also have here a very heavy vehicle that is used to clear the ground. What is it? Okay, a bulldozer. Nice one, children. Next, what about here? This is mainly used to carry and lift heavy things like what you see in the picture. What is it, children? You can do it. We call this one? That's right. What is it? Forklift. Right, very good, everyone. Now, lastly, okay. Oh, I heard everyone say, some of you say truck. Yeah, this one is a truck, right? But how do we call this one in the UK, or people from the UK call this one what? Remember, it starts with letter L. It's not T. Although I know this one is a truck, this could be a lorry. Yes, a truck or a lorry. Nice one, very good, children. You are learning so fast. Keep it up. Next, and there you go. And of course, these two vehicles here are very useful, very helpful. We got this one. Uh, we've learned this fire engine. Many of you know this one. And we also have that ambulance, nice one, or paramedic ambulance, right? Yeah, used to rush people to the hospital, right? Okay, right. Next is, okay, this one. I'm not sure if it's common in your country, but in the Western countries, this is very common. Some people love to live in the mobile home because they love traveling. They travel a lot. Yeah? What do we call this one? The mobile home? Yeah? Maybe I heard some say mobile home, or we call this one the caravan. Yes? Okay, so fire engine, paramedic, ambulance, caravan, and that's all. All right, do you have any questions? Yes, I hope you guys can remember what we had learned in this session. So if you have any questions, children, feel free to ask your questions using our chat box if you're shy. Yeah, maybe to ask it, maybe to speak it, just try it. Please use our chat box, okay? Yes? Okay. Right. So, what are the transportations you've learned today? Yeah, we have the new one, the canoe, maybe, Zeppelin, the caravan. What else? Okay, the tramway, the aerial tramway. Good job. Fire engine. Okay, paramedic ambulance. Nice. Very good. So, children, we're done for today's lesson. But before we go, I would like to share to you a very nice tip for the day. So, children, everyone, the more you learn, the more you'll become confident on what you do. That's our tip for the day. It means the more you learn, the more you'll become confident on what you do. Why? Because you know what you're doing. Right? Like, for example, when you learn English, in the future, when you speak to foreigners, when you go to school and you speak to some English people, then you will become confident. You will not be afraid in opening your mouth, right? Yes, because you will be as smart as them in speaking English, right? So that's the good thing in starting learning English as early as your age, right? Okay, so everyone, thank you so much, and I hope you also share our learning workshop to your friends and relatives so we can all grow and learn together. Okay? Yes? Okay, thank you everyone, and I hope you have a nice day. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.